Welcome back to some new r/malicious compliance stories, where people comply to the letter, but not the spirit of a request. I hope you had a great day. Thanks for all the likes and comments on the last video. And now let's start with the first story. It's called Policy is Policy. I used to work at a utility company, where security and safety suddenly cracked down with our no shirt tailing policy. Translation: no badge, no entry. Doesn't matter if you are the CEO or the janitor. You badge in yourself, no exceptions. Normally I'm the first one in my department, but one morning I was running a little late and ended up in the elevator at the same time as our chief of engineering. Big wig, suit, probably makes more in a month than I make in a year. Anyway, I swipe my badge and wait. He steps in behind me, arms loaded with a briefcase, lunch and a tote bag, clearly expecting me to key in the floor for both of us. But rules are rules. I glance at him and say, "You got your badge, right?" They are cracking down. He stares at me. I shrug. Hey, for all I know, you could have been laid off overnight. He has to set down every single item, then dig around for his wallet to fish out his badge. All while eye-rolling like a teenager asked to take out the trash. He finally swipes. The elevator moves, and we ride in silence. But inside, I'm grinning like a raccoon in a dumpster full of donuts. Because hey, big boss man, policy is policy. The next story is called Bloated Emails. I work in a department of about 40 to 50 people. Out of all of us, maybe 5 are women. And our manager? Let's just say he's the walking embodiment of a thumbs down emoji. If that emoji also carried pink eye, had infected nail beds, and had been wrecked with a hammer. He's especially thumbs down toward women on the team. And unfortunately, I'm one of them. Thankfully, I report directly to a supervisor who's actually decent. Every time our manager nitpicks something I've done, my supervisor is just as confused as I am, sometimes more. He's supportive and constantly tells me to keep my chin up, but things have escalated. Our dear manager decided he wants a daily list of every single thing I do. So I start sending daily emails, but with a twist. Every single email has a slightly different subject line, so they don't thread together in his inbox. He wants to micromanage? He's gonna have to manually hunt down every single email. I bloat those bad boys like Thanksgiving dinner. The whole thing goes against my nature. I'm detailed, precise and clear. But sending these useless, bloated, vaguely written logs every day, it brings me joy. And the best part? Since I started doing this, he's been noticeably quieter. The replies have slowed to a trickle. Guess he didn't like the very thing he asked for. Yes, I'm job hunting. Yes, I handle the workload of what other companies assign a whole team to do. And yes, I'm already imagining the absolute silence that's going to follow my email that simply says 2 weeks notice, followed by me burning PTO for the entire 2 weeks. The third story is called Security Protocols. A buddy of mine is a general manager at a manufacturing facility. He reports up to a corporate VP of operations, who's a stickler for rules, especially when it comes to security protocols. Now, safety and security are important, sure, but this VP didn't just enforce the rules. He actively tried to catch people slipping. Think, holding the door open for someone so they don't have to badge in? That's a write-up. Never mind, that is just basic human courtesy. Anyway, my friend recently gave his notice. As part of his offboarding, Mr. VP demanded to be added as an admin on all systems, including the badge-controlled door access system. And this is where it gets good. VP tried to set an expiration date on my friend's account, but instead of doing that, he accidentally deleted the account entirely, which just so happened to wipe out all the permissions he'd assigned, including access for the entire team. Cue the next morning. Employees showed up, ready to start their shift, only to discover that nobody's badge worked. The doors wouldn't open. Everyone was locked out. But here's the kicker. Since entering the building without authorized badge access would be a security violation, and you better believe the VP would write people up for that, My friend, the soon-to-be ex-GM, told everyone, clock in using your phones from the parking lot. Sit tight. Don't go in until your badge works. Shift start at 7 AM. VP's usual login time is 9 AM. At 9, the VP logs in, sees nothing is running, nobody is inside, and machines are silent. He panics. Turns out he's not super tech savvy. It took until 10 AM before he figured out how to restore everyone's badge access. Employees just chilled in their cars until they got the "You can badge in now" email. The last story is called Give Me a Manager. I work in finance for a subscription-based company. Most customer calls are on one of three things: paying a bill, asking billing questions, or canceling their account. A few days ago, I get a call from a woman who's clearly already at her limit. She is frustrated, irritated, and immediately tells me her card never works and she's sick of it. Alright, I get it. I stayed calm, neutral, helpful. Textbook customer service mode. I didn't mirror her tone, didn't escalate the situation. I just said, "No worries, I can cancel that for you." No probing, no retention tactics, just exactly what she asked for. And then it all flipped. Suddenly she's even angrier. But now it's not about the service anymore. It's about me. Why didn't you ask me why I'm canceling? Why are you so careless? Now I'm getting yelled at for not trying hard enough to keep her as a customer. She demands a manager. No argument from me. I start processing the transfer. While the system's loading, I hit mute. That's when I hear her husband walk in. And she says, out loud, she doesn't even care. If she'd just asked me why I was canceling, maybe I wouldn't have. I hope she hears me. This is such poor customer service. Well, surprise. I did hear you. And I still transferred you exactly like you wanted. And I never heard back. Thanks for watching the video to the end. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And if you have time, watch another one of my videos. Also, if you want to support me further, check out the channel membership or Patreon. And now, I hope you have a great day. See you soon. Bye bye.